Seriously? You want to hear about what happened in Minecraft? Yeah, I could. I know I say only, right? But we played for like 3 days, but a lot of stuff happened in between that, so I wasn't sure they wanted to hear all that. I'll kind of cut out the boring parts and basically anything worthy of substance. What I mean is, if it's like, oh, we were just like, let's say for example, like building the house. I'm not gonna say like, oh, we gathered all the materials. Like that's kind of the boring part. No one wants to hear about that. But I'll try and leave as most of it in as possible. So, starting out, we spawn in, right? And it's me, Max, and Max's friend. I think his name was like Damien or something. But anywho, so we spawn in, and it's like kind of stupid at the beginning. I remember seeing memes about it, and I'm like, oh my god, this is literally like everybody. But like, we got like you spawn in, and for whatever reason, people just want to throw hands at the beginning. So there we all are, like freaking fist fighting in Minecraft, and it's stupid, dude. Um, we did start out with a bonus chest. It was okay. I mean, they're never usually great. Like they don't got diamonds in them or nothing, but we got the bonus chest. I started chopping wood. Well, they started chopping wood. Well, I went to go out exploring, and I found a few villages, and I was like, "Ooh, we have villages." And I got all. They had a bunch of hay bales, so I took all their hay bales. And as tempted as I was to sell them for emeralds, because there were trades for that, I ended up not taking it because I figured we're gonna need a lot of food until we get like a proper farm and everything going. So I converted most of I kept most of the hay bales. We inevitably would end up turning most of that into bread. But then what else? Oh, and then the farm had, or they had some beetroot, and they had some carrots. So I took beetroot and carrots, and normally beetroot's very mid, um, but I figured while the carrots are growing and we're still getting those, we could use beetroot like soup, which isn't great, but I mean, you know, let the carrots grow and all that. So there we did. We got all those. Um, and while I'm gathering all these crops, uh, what happened? There was a few sheep there. Grabbed the wool. And then made a few beds. Well, because I didn't want to steal the villagers' beds. I felt bro, those other guys are gonna sleep. I'd be mad. It's like the little when they freaking get the little particles because you stole their bed because they're mad. So I didn't steal their beds. I took a couple sheep, got their wool, um, plopped all their beds, and they decided to build their house on a mountain. So I started working on a farm while they were basically like going mining and building, and they had net by the time I was done setting up farms and a storage system, they basically finished the house, went mining, and they both walked out with like iron armor. Um, I mean, I mine too, but it's just I usually am setting up food whenever we all play together. I figured it's important. Um, so they built it on a mountain, right? But not just any mountain. It was like one of those flower forest type deals, and I was like, oh shoot, and growing our carrot farm while I'm inside the house, and you're like, I'm like, what the heck is that? So I go to check, right? I'm like, oh my god, there's little rabbits. So I build a little pen and I freaking get a rabbit farm going. And initially, of course, I was going to use that for like food. But then, and then I noticed, I'm like, oh my god. Because with other animals, like it takes about 5 minutes for them to for them to breed again. But no, they kept, I mean, breeding. I guess it's pretty accurate to what rabbits do. But like, I was like, that's crazy. They like were doing all that. And yeah, like I said, I was going to have them as a food source. But then after I logged off that day, Max, he started a farm with like cows, and he did a cow farm because we needed leather for the bookshelves and the enchantment table, which he would inevitably end up building by the time I got back. So next day, coming to Minecraft, and they've already got like a nether portal set up. They're both in like diamond armor, so these guys were grinding while I was gone. And when I come back and I check the chest, they have a stack of blocks of iron and 17 blocks of diamond. I'm like, oh my god. And he says, oh yeah, dude, feel free to take like some of the resources to get like armor and swords and stuff. And I felt like I hardly contributed by comparison after I saw all that grind. So I just took like enough iron to make like iron armor, a shield, um, and then like I think like a diamond sword. I think I might have done a pickaxe too, but I didn't want to like, use all their diamonds and stuff because finding diamonds after the cave update became really hard for me. But I'll figure that out later. Um, what else happened? So then we went to the Nether portal. We were exploring like the biomes. We started in one of like the plain like old Nether biomes. Just like like with all the netherrack and stuff. Then we ran into one of those sprout ones, the crimson wart forest, and I just realized they call it crimson because it's like the red one. Oh my god! But so we went through that. Then we got one of those like volcano looking things. I think it's like the basalt valley or something like that. But it's got like little stone pillars, and there's a lot of treachery. There's like lava pits like everywhere, so you got to be really careful when you're around there. And then there's magma slimes everywhere. It's so annoying because even when you kill the magma slimes, even if the little tiny ones, they still hurt because they're fire. But we'd like walk past that. We built a bridge out of like netherrack, and then we go past that. We go through like a soul sand like valley, and then what happens? We go through, yeah. So we pass that. Oh, and then after the soul sand valley, we found a bastion, which is like full of these piglins, and we're like, oh, dude, we need to bring So we didn't run into any piglins before then, and we were like, dude, we need to bring gold so we can just like walk in. So then we go back, make some gold stuff, walk back in, go to the bastion, and what happens? So then I'm falling behind him, right? Max is just plunging in, and there's a lot of piglins around, but of course, he hasn't really opened any chests or anything. So, piglins, they get mad when you aren't wearing gold, if you're opening a chest, or you just straight up hit them. So we were trying to be careful. He would like block it off before like he went to check, and he didn't find anything of value. But then when he got to the center at the bottom, there was a music disc like Pig Step. Pig Step is so good. It's like Okay, so Pigstep is a music disc, right? But you can only find it in the Bastion. Other ones, the other music discs, you can get through like you find them in the overworld, like in treasure chest or whatever. But you can also like get them by getting a skeleton to kill a creeper. And there's contraptions that you can make, and I have in the past. I didn't do it in this world yet, but what else? Yeah, so he gets pig step, and he opens the chest, right, and the piglins are pissed. So while he's trying to fight his way out, I'm just using the bow, and there's these piglin brutes. They usually don't care if you're wearing gold or not. They're just gonna straight up attack you. So there's like three of them headed towards him, and I'm just trying to like bow shot them and poke them, and they get pissed and they're trying to get to me, but they're a little too stupid. So while they're trying to get me, Max is hitting him in the back with a sword. He's back shot to pause, but yeah, he like chops them all up, and then like he comes up and we leave, right? So we're leaving. We leave the bastion. We go through the Soul Sand Valley, and the skeletons, like their AI is annoying. Like their sense, like they'll still follow you and chase you and try and like shoot you from a distance. So there we are. Like uh, of course, uh, I I was closer outside the bastion, so I run out first, and then he runs out second. So then um uh um so he runs out, and we're getting out of the Soul Sand Valley, and then he's just kind of gathering his bearings and stuff. And I wasn't gonna take it initially, but there was a couple of witches that were um that were around the house, and when I killed them, they dropped like instant healing potions. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. But I figured, oh, I'll take them just in case. And so then me and Max, like, he's getting his stuff together, and I'm just kind of like standing next to him. And the skeleton shoots Max while we're in that like lava biome, and he falls into the one of the lava pits. He's like, dude, I'm gonna die, dude. And yeah, he had pig step on him, so we didn't want to lose it, because who knows if we'll run into another bastion. So then I toss him the potion. I'm like, dude, drink that. You'll like heal instantly. So then yeah, then he is like drinking the instant health potion, and he was on like, I think like a heart and a half before like he was gonna die. Um, like while he was burning, and then the when he hits half a heart, he like pops it off, and then he gets like three extra hearts, and so like so I get my bow and I shoot the skeleton, and yeah, he's dead. And then Max, like he just barely survives. So then we just blocked off the bridge, right? So then those skeletons were gonna be like, you know, total pieces, and freaking ruin the run. So then he was like, dude, you saved my life. And I was like, yeah, that's no problem, dude. Um, but you should really like eat and then like heal, and then we'll get the hell out of here. So then we did. Um, and then we left. Um, we got we got out, and then so then with the diamonds that we had, we made a jukebox, put pig step in there, and we're just like kind of doing what are we working on? So then after that, Max went to work on a giant nether portal a little farther away, but he was gonna use redstone and like yeah, I think redstone, flint and steel and stuff to make like a zombie piglin, like gold/XP form, where he would have hoppers underneath, and then like he would kill a bunch of zombie piglins that would spawn out of the portal, to get their gold swords, nuggets, and like melt them down for gold, and then also get XP in the process. And while he was working on that, because we built our thing on the mountain, it was always kind of a pain to walk up the mountain meticulously. So then I figured I did see an ocean biome back when we first started. So I went back over there, grabbed some kelp, and then came back. And so my mission is that I was gonna dig a hole through through the mountain, and then like a little entrance they could enter from the bottom of the mountain. And so I do like a little 2x2, and then I get some signs, and I put them on like the entrance of like the where the water's gonna come down, so that the water doesn't spread out everywhere. And it blocks the water. I do a little 2x2 of infinite water, and then like I put dirt where like the bottom of the water is. Put kelp on each little thing. And the reason I put kelp on there is because this trick doesn't work normally when you do it by default, but when kelp is on a water block, it's treated as a water source block. So then each thing becomes like its own individual thing. And so when I put soul sand on the bottom where like the dirt used to be, all of that is water source blocks. So then I do half of them in the 2x2. Two on one side is soul sand, and it shoots you up the mountain. And then there's magma blocks from the lava biome that I grabbed, and they bring you down. So it's like a water elevator that shoots you up the mountain and then brings you down the mountain. And both of them don't consume air, so you'll never like suffocate or drown because of it. So then we worked on that, and then what else happened? There was something else. There was, oh yeah, and then there was a spruce biome. We grabbed like some berries over there. And the berries, like, they grow everywhere. And they like, we essentially put them like around the house, like a little farther away, but like basically like barbed wire. Because like if any mobs try to walk through that, they take damage. At least that's the idea, and it seems like it works because we don't really get a lot of mobs on the house anymore. Then Damien, while we were doing that, he worked on a little chicken farm. It looks like a little chicken coop, and it's cute. And it does the same thing with like with droppers, and then shoots in the chest, and eggs come out, and we get sugarcane, pumpkins, and eggs to make pumpkin pies. And so we started making those as food, and so we started to do pretty decently on food, where like we just have like excess in the chest in case we need. But is there anything else? I mean, the farm. I think that's pretty much it up to that point. But yeah, like it was a lot, like the past like 3 days of like just gathering materials, making a house that looked pretty decent. That was mostly them. I was working on the farm. I went on to the Nether with Max. Damien did a couple farms. I think he also grinded with Max when they went mining, but I never went mining myself. And then that's pretty much it. But that didn't get confusing at all, did it? I felt like it did. No? Okay. Well, thank you, honey. I know it was kind of a lot. Maybe it was a little bit all over the place, but I'm really glad that you were interested in all the Minecraft adventures that I had with the boys. And I don't know, I'm lucky that I have a girlfriend who's so supportive, patient, and just everything I could ever ask for. I love you a lot, sweetheart. And I really appreciate that you let me play as long as I did, and you didn't really make much about complaining about it. And I wouldn't have blamed you if you did, but you didn't. And you know what? I really appreciate that. But, you know, as much as I love playing games, I like playing games with you. It's getting a little late, but I want to make, well, every day with you special. And I just want to be there for you any way that I can. Because we should definitely play a game you really like next time. Just me and you. Or maybe you could invite your friends. I don't know. But I guess I want to have more adventures with you. Whether it's through video games, dates, or whatever. Even though we're a thing, I still got a very big crush on you. I really do. Yeah, I'm getting a little sleepy myself. You think I could put my Minecraft bed next to yours? Wonderful. Or should I say, oh, I know, stupid. But I'll see you there.